and welcome to the SEGA Lounge. This is episode 277. Welcome. And my name is Kissy. This is the podcast that's all about SEGA, from like the games, the music, the community, everything in between. And as per usual, I am not alone. Yeah, so this week I'm joined by two magnificent guests.
Whoa.
This is sort of a CrossWorlds between the SEGA Lounge and Twitch streams and RadioSEGA, if you will. I'm joined by Lime Reversed. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Thank
That's
you.
great radio right there and great audio podcasting right there. Yes, thank you. He took a bow. Okay.
Right, yeah. For those people who didn't see my bow, they just were met with awkward silence as if I didn't answer the hello.
And we also have Mr. Green Viper 8. Hello. Yeah, salutation. He's saluting for people listening in. Yes. And also big salutations to people joining us on RadioSEGA. We're live. It's been a while, but we're doing this show live, and we're also live on Twitch and our YouTube channels as well. So if you're somehow interested in joining, not somehow, of course you're interested in joining. That sounded like, if you're somehow interested in joining this.
You're so interested in listening to these people crap, then be my guest.
I'm the worst at plugging my own stuff, but this is going to be a very interesting conversation. So if you're interested, because you are interested in joining the conversation about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, as we promised last week, do join us on one of these places, RadioSEGA. Obviously, if you're already listening or watching, you know where we are, but to join the Discord, for example, if you're listening to RadioSEGA, radiose.ga/Discord, and let us know your thoughts on Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, for example, and we can share them during the show. Or same thing for people watching on YouTube or Twitch, like we have Raphael, maybe Raphael, I don't know, on YouTube, and we also have Gum. We have Lime Reversed. Hello, boo.
Don't you boo.
I'm just looking at the chat. So yeah, do join us if you want to talk about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, which is the topic of this whole episode. And we're going to dive straight into that. By the way, I think this is the correct panel, the appropriate panel for this subject, because...
Penalty? Did I hear penalty?
Panel.
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 I think this is a very appropriate
penalty of guests. No, panel. Because February, I think, was it in February, March? I can't remember at this point.
And we did this last week. One of us should have looked in that time.
Yes, one of us. Maybe the host. I don't know. It was very early in this season, probably even the first episode of the season. Probably, as he says, as he's trying to quickly take a look at his own website. June,
why they make it so long?
May, April, November. No, that's too far. You scroll too much. March 20th. Yes, the second episode of this season of the show. We had the network test reactions episode with you guys. So, and I remember there were some concerns at that point in time regarding whatever CrossWorlds was going to be. We weren't sure yet. That was like our first taste at what this game was going to be. One thing that I think we mentioned during that episode, or even when the game was announced, was it would be released the same year as Mario Kart World, which was also a concern, at least for me. I remember thinking specifically, why SEGA? Why? Maybe like delay this to 2026 so people forget about Mario Kart World. Apparently that wasn't an issue. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But I wanted to start with like our general thoughts and reactions to this game. We've been playing I think you guys have been playing for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
I've been playing for like a week and a half, perhaps, because I was away. Started a little bit later. So let's start with you, Viper. Thoughts on the game?
As you say, like one of the biggest concerns for me as well, which we brought up at the time, we still bring up now, was I was really concerned as to how it was going to interact with like Mario Kart World. I've played this game before, and I've seen Sega try to go up against Nintendo full flat every time with like these. Look, we have the similar thing coming out at the same time comparison. So when I played the beta back in, well, I think the beta was February. We talked about it in March, apparently. But when I played it, a big part of in the back of my head was, I'm really enjoying this, but will I enjoy this as much as Mario Kart? Well, but will other people also enjoy it? Because word of mouth is what these games like ride and die on, and even like to a lesser extent, finding people to play is a big part of playing these games. Therefore, if no one's playing it, I might have a worse experience. But that was definitely like a big concern. But now that we've been in past, they've somehow done it. They've made a kart race that everyone loves, and I'm in that group. Absolutely, I've had a great time with it. I couldn't put it down for like the first couple of days through that first week, and then they've brought me back in with something, whether it be like multiplayer, or today we've had the Minecraft DLC, and you've got another weekend worth of festival thing to come. Like, there's always something upcoming in this game, even if it's not new content. There's something to look forward to, like some sort of organized event. And this is only what 2 or 3 weeks in, so had a lot of fun with it for sure. And I think that's gonna continue. Is kind of the point I want to get at. I guess is seems like we're actually in this for the long haul. They're not just dropping it and like dumping it on us and leaving. It's going to be a fun, prolonged experience.
Yeah, for sure. Like off the top of your head, what's your favorite thing about this game?
Oh man, that's so difficult. It's I really like
say one thing.
Yeah, I really like the course design. I guess I'd go with that. I think all of the courses are satisfying to drive in their own way. Like each one has its own intricacies that make it tick or whatever, and they're mostly all new as well, which helps with that freshness, I guess. Ocean View, but even that's pretty redesigned over what it was before. So it's having like a new set of levels to get stuck into, and they're all pretty solid in their own way.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Lime, what are your general thoughts on the game?
Yeah. I've made a huge journey, I feel, because I was also part of the closed network test, and I was just like concerned as well. Like, obviously, I really want the game to do well, and I feel like there were some things I might have exaggerated as issues in my head as well, because like at the time I really didn't understand it, and I didn't think anybody else would understand it, and therefore I was like, what are you doing? You're screwing this up. But I realized, like, now when I've played it more, that many of those things was like, I imagine explaining it like the game gives me something and doesn't really give me enough time to focus my what analogy should I use? Like focus my vision on it, and then like after some seconds, somewhere completely
something
different
else comes up, right?
And now like I'm trying to focus on that as well, but the game doesn't like give me enough time to like see what they're trying to do clearly, and now we're somewhere completely different. So like to me, like the first impression was just like, this is like a huge blur of chaos, and I'm not really sure even what I'm experiencing, and I was kind of left with that feeling. But the more I got to play it, and the more I got to learn the ins and outs of things, and then all the characters and a lot more stages came later, and I've grown to like not think of what I was concerned about as issues anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, like all the way from the start I was still having a good time, but that part of me like that wanted to do well kind of goes in and goes like, oh, this might be an issue, oh no, oh, why did they do this? And then it bothers me.
Okay. So favorite thing about the
I
game?
think it would be like the whole
Music.
cross. We'll get to
Like
that.
third lap songs.
But no, like the crossover part of it. Like we have characters from from not even from Sega joining the roster, and that's amazing. I'm very much looking forward to that. Like that's one of the parts that made me go like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" Like that's really the right direction, and I started believing.
Okay.
So yeah.
You start, now you are a believer.
Yeah.
I'm
Then
converted.
you saw like Steve from Minecraft's face, and now you're a
Yeah.
believer.
Yeah,
Anyway, song references aside, yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. I wasn't that positive on it without playing the game, obviously, because I wasn't a part of that initial network test. But judging from your reactions, not just your reactions, but like I think most people online were also on the same boat as you guys were. There was some skepticism on the mechanics, there was talk about the songs as well. La 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 la. But when I played when I joined the open network test like last month, I think, was it? Probably September,
I
August.
don't remember.
Can't remember. What is time at this point? But the one that we had like very close to release, I actually enjoyed myself a lot, and I wasn't really sure where the criticism came from. I will say that I'm with Lime on this. That it's too much happening at the same time when compared, for example, with the Mario Kart game, but it's also a little bit like what we were already expecting or used to. Sorry, with previous Sonic racing games, or even like Transformed, even a little bit Team Sonic Racing. This, however, I think is like they said, let's go all in. Let's put all the chaos from the very start of the track. Let's keep it chaotic all the way through. So there's a learning curve, obviously. There's some getting used to that whole stimuli, I think. But it's a very good game. It's a very good game. It's a very good kart game. I would say, comparing this to Mario Kart in general, and I used to say this about Transformed as well. This is like the big boy kart game, right? So it's not that Mario Kart doesn't require skill. It is a skill-based game as well. But I feel like this one, you really have to try and learn like all the shortcuts and sometimes even playing against the computer, like the AI characters, especially on higher levels. And we're going to talk about the rivals, I'm sure. But higher level rivals kick your butt, like, and
Yep.
no holes barred. Like, you have to do perfect laps, perfect runs, even if you want to beat one of those rivals. And even then, it's really hard, at least for me. So I feel like this is the
Skill issue.
Yeah, definitely skill
I'm
issue.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Definitely. I'm not denying that, but I feel like this is much more of like a big boy kart game, and Mario Kart. With all due respect, it's like a kid's game compared to this.
I mean, I've taken on like a lot, like some stages on Mario Kart World, and like really trying to beat my and other people's time on it, and like sure, it is like a lot easier to get into Mario Kart World, like as a beginner, in my opinion. But the skill ceiling is insanely high. Like you need to learn to do insane stuff in order to do what I try to do, and it's like it can get very very difficult, the things that you need to pull off, like with the trick system.
Sure, I'm not denying that. Again,
that's also, yeah.
nothing against Mario Kart. Don't take this as an attack on Mario Kart. and even Mario Kart World. But
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
no, no. I
I
didn't
think,
even see it as an attack. I was just like
and it's
thinking
like, and it's the thing here is like it's harder from the start. It's harder to get into, perhaps.
Yeah,
yes,
Right. And
curves,
even the
like,
rubber banding,
measured differently.
which exists here, is not the same as it is in Mario Kart, I feel.
yeah. It's definitely a much higher learning curve with CrossWorlds, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah. Yes, like Jamie said, this is where you need to get good, Casey. Yes. Thank you, Jamie, for your input on that. Yes.
Oh, we were all thinking it.
Yes. He also said
I was joking.
people keep saying Mario, but our boy Kirby is around the corner. That's true. That's
that's
true.
true.
Also, very much looking forward to that. People are.
Is that the game that will, like, the people say, oh,
Yeah,
Sonic Racing Cross what?
Oh, I'm done with that game. Yeah,
I'm done with that.
Now the real game's out.
Sonic who?
Sonic who? By the way, getting this out of the way, and like I thought critically and to the public as well, CrossWorlds was like the highest rated game or the higher rated game when compared to Mario Kart. But I just checked Metacritic, and now let me just share this with you. And so, on Metacritic, Mario Kart World has an 86 rating, like a 86 point Metascore, so critically acclaimed, generally favorable. However, user score is 6.9.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see how that goes with Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So on the PS5, it's 82 less. On the Xbox, it's 88. That's better. On PC, 84. Worse. However, user score 9.1 compared to 6.9. So, and I'm a little bit surprised by some of these reviews on, I'm assuming, PS5. 95. Okay, these are good. IGN gave it a 90, an 80 to Mario Kart World. Oh, shocking. But someone here probably, yeah. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get into the 70. Yeah, there we go. 70. What's the
70 is considered a medium score?
Yes, 60
60
by Eurogamer. A fun arcade karting experience is often too chaotic for its own good, see? But a tight handling model with a high skill ceiling offers surprising depth. Okay.
Yeah. Surprising depth.
Surprising depth. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was going to be shallow.
That was my opinion too. Like, it was too chaotic for its own good. That's one of the things I was concerned about, like from the start. Like, you need to get used to it. Like, there is an adjustment period. Like, that's that could be good or bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Depending on who you are.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's always good when you can learn a game if you. So the thing about this, my favorite thing is it feels really good to play this game. And again, it's not like I'm the most skilled player, obviously not. Still, I don't feel like I feel like it's a fun game to play, and it's not like I'm getting my ass handed to me by the game in a cheap way. It's like it's a skill issue most of the times. Except when we're talking about like higher level rivals, that's hard. That's too hard.
That's a real issue. That's the real stuff.
That's too hard. But like in like normal levels and like even the higher speeds of the game, it's very fun to play. You feel like, oh, I should have done that differently. That's why I didn't get the win here. Or that's why I went against this wall, or I fell off the track. That's my own fault. Still, I'm having fun and I want to do it again, which I think is the sign of a good game.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I am taking on time trials, and I consider myself a pretty good racer when I really put my mind into it. I'm having huge issues getting the S ranks. It's really a challenge.
I'm happy with an A rank. to be honest.
Yeah, I left it at A ranks.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, again, very hard at times, but not like it's not like it's impossible, right? You don't feel like I don't think I've ever felt like it's impossible. It's unattainable. I know that if I practice a lot on my case, a lot, and I learn everything about that track, I'll be able to do something better.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. That was not very
What?
convincing.
It just hit you? That took a while for you to react to that.
I was hoping for more, but okay. Like, of course. Like,
yeah, no,
like
that was
what?
That's the only thing I wanted to add. Like you were talking, like I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to like add that.
Okay.
But somehow I interrupted
footage.
you anyway. I'm sorry.
Yes. That was not very convincing. That wasn't a convincing.
I just wanted to add this small little thing.
Okay, you should always add whatever you feel like.
This is difficult CPUs.
Yeah. So let's talk about the modes. Maybe let's start with that. So what we're looking at now are like Grand Prix races. So it's what it says on the tin. It's a Grand Prix. There's the big catch across all the modes is every second lap in a course is different, right? So that is something that we were also a little bit concerned, I think, at the start, that would like break the flow of the race. And
so I remember thinking that, look, I pick a stage because I want to play it. I want to play that stage. I don't want to play it for 40 seconds and then I'm off to somewhere else that I'm not fully in control of. I remember that being my first reactions to it. Now, nice. I do not think that it's an issue anymore. I actually don't. Like I've grown to kind of appreciate it now, rather.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like I do agree with that? Let me counter it by asking: do you feel like sometimes? Again, I'm getting distracted by my own failars. It wasn't my fault. I was hit by
someone else's. Right.
Hard CPUs. Do you feel like it would be beneficial in some instances to have like another lap on the same course on the same track, because like the first lap you're getting used to it, the second lap is like the one where you like establish yourself, and then the third lap usually things change a lot, right? Do you feel like sometimes, or it would be nice to have the option?
More options is never a bad thing.
Like especially we were talking about like getting into the game and the learning curve and stuff. I could feel like it could be beneficial for the people who are used to the traditional way to just get into the game that way. And then if they want to mix it up, like and use the point of the game basically, then yeah. But like there's no reason I feel like they couldn't give people the option to just do classic races. That kind of surprised me that that's not an option. I do feel that could be beneficial for people getting into the game. I feel like I could have used that, I feel, before I was ready for the chaos. Sorry, I interrupted Viper, I feel.
Oh, no, I finished what I was saying. Just, okay. I do think, in a way, options are always a good thing. I definitely like timing it. This wouldn't have worked out this way, but there's part of me that does wonder, did they look at what happened with Mario Kart World and go, maybe, or saw what the writing on the wall was and go, if we introduce this 3-lap option to just play 3 laps of the track normally outside of time trial, will people just revert back to this and not want to try out the CrossWorlds stuff? Because you look at Mario Kart World, for example, and I think Like everyone's like, oh, straight line simulator. I don't want to play the intermissions or whatever. I also think there's a lot of people who played them, yeah, got it, didn't like them. I think there's also a lot of people who were just opposed to the idea of that changing full stop.
Yeah.
And because they were given the option to not change, of course, then they controversially removed the option to play the 3 laps online or whatever. I think maybe, definitely the timelines don't add up, but I half wonder if you had a similar thing with CrossWorlds, everyone would go, I don't want to play the CrossWorlds, I just want to play a 3-lap track or whatever. And then, almost in being forced this new option on you, I think people have actually found a newfound love for it, whereas something like Mario Kart World, you get the option to just play it, quote-unquote, normally, people want it, it gets taken away, no one's happy.
Yeah.
But here, I don't know. I don't think I would have traditionally, if they give me the option, I think I would have just gone back to like a 3-lap track as well. But I like the variety it introduces to the races, so I'm glad that in a way I was forced to get on with this format, because actually I go, oh, this makes sitting through if I'm doing a lobby online for like 3 or 4 hours, it makes it so much less repetitive. Just like what they were trying to do with Mario Kart World. But I think in execution, this is a bit of a better premise of doing that, and a bit of a gentler way of introducing a change from a kart racer format. Sure, anyway. For me, anyway, I mean,
it is a 3-lap format still, right? So it's not like there's an intermission between tracks. You just change tracks for a little bit. Just have a different second lap. I mean, you change all laps are different, because the first lap and the third one are different. Usually, there are some changes to the course somewhat. So, but it's still that there's no like intermission, no like straight line between courses or stuff. It's very, very quick, the change between like the CrossWorlds. Something that I find interesting is that when you do time attack, you have like that 3-lap format that we were talking about, right? But still, it's not a continuous thing. You go through the CrossWorlds ring at the end of each lap to go through, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I think it's probably like a programming thing. Like they program the ring in there, and it would probably take like some kind of effort to remove it, and they were probably like, well, I mean, why? Let's just keep it and call it a day.
Yeah. Could it be that the courses are incomplete? They weren't.
There's just not like a full.
There's not like a full,
they don't actually
like
Yeah, they don't connect.
Yeah. I mean, in some courses that's the case. Like, but in other courses they do loop, but maybe like the loop is not fully complete anyways. Like they still need. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my footage. That's why. That's it. Yeah, I got hit at the exact moment that made me crash into that airplane and like fall.
What? Okay. So you weren't even listening to me? I was talking.
Yeah, I was.
Yes. Playing.
Oh my god!
Wow. I'm getting distracted by myself, as per usual. But yes, I do agree with that. Like, maybe it was some sort of like programming thing, or it's just like we're going with this. Like, this is the CrossWorlds mechanic. There's always a ring at the end, so deal with it, and we don't care.
One thing that I do wish with the rings is that the transition would be like a little bit more seamless. Like it's seamless now, but like there are like a lot of effects that I feel like are there to try to like hide stuff, loading and stuff. Like I don't feel like I'm fully like going into it's seamlessly. Like first when you approach it, they have this like little zoom effect on the image, but then when you go through it, you have this like white effect, like everything goes white, and then you see the actual stage.
Yeah,
so like it kind of hides things there, so it doesn't really feel fully seamless. But so I would. That's like a little nitpick that I would.
But I do get it. Yes, definitely. And like there's some like lightning effect or like static electricity effect or whatever around the characters, and again, chaotic. A lot of stuff going on. One thing that I wanted to mention about the Grand Prix that I think is a genius idea that I'm not sure how Sega or Nintendo, no one ever thought of this before, at least to my knowledge. the final course in a Grand Prix is an amalgamation of the 3 previous tracks. So it's a lap on each of the previous tracks, each. So that's an amazing idea. That's smart and so like obvious. Why had
And
no
also
one
resourceful.
and resourceful? Yes, and it's one less course to program and design. So
it kind of feels to me like end credits in a game, like especially in with the older Sonic games. They roll the credits and then they play songs from all of the stages that you've been through. Here you go through the stages that you've been racing through, like in the race, and I don't know, it kind of feels that way to me, like
you get a second chance to use the knowledge you learned as well the first time round. So it's like, there's a shortcut there that I couldn't take, but now it's lap 1 again. I can take that shortcut. It's like a nice victory lap. Well, that's quite literally what it is, but
it is.
You know what I mean? You get a chance to showboat a bit more than you did the first time round.
Yeah. Let me point to this that's happening on screen right now. So I was, and this is the level of like rivalry that's included in this game. So characters have dialogue, and my rival in this specific Grand Prix was Big the Cat, and I was losing to Big the Cat at this point. And he just says, "Let me know when you're gonna start trying, okay?" Big the Cat.
Wow.
Big the
what
Cat.
the other characters say.
My God.
If that's what Big says.
This is what Big says. So see. Okay. Yeah. So Grand Prix is the normal thing with the CrossWorlds added to them, and then you unlock stuff that we're not going to talk about, so we don't spoil it for people. But usually that's what happens in these sort of games. You win Grand Prix and you unlock other Grand Prix and stuff as well.
Oh, can we not talk about that? What you unlock? That's like a huge thing.
I mean, I was talking about the Grand Prix stuff. Like you unlock other Grand Prix, so maybe not spoil what they are.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking about the rivals. Okay.
We can talk about that.
What you unlock there?
The game tells you that.
I mixed up my modes.
Immediately.
Sorry.
Yeah, we could talk about that. Though I was talking about like the Grand Prix. You have like 5 or 6 at the beginning, and then you unlock a couple extra more, and we're also waiting for the like the DLC ones. So at the time we're doing this, we already have one of the tracks, one of the courses for like the third party Grand Prix, whatever it's called, like the collab Grand Prix, which is the Minecraft one.
Yeah, I played that one just before this.
I can show footage of that as well. But overall, Grand Prix is Grand Prix. So the only thing that's added here, or another thing that's added here, are the rivals. So we can talk a little bit about the rivals, right? Which is interesting. I don't think did we have rivals in Team Sonic Racing? I have a feeling
I do not remember rivals in there. No, I don't remember rivals from any game. It was fully new to me.
Yeah,
not quite the same thing, but it's like there'll be a story reason, like, oh, we're up against Team Dark or whatever. Like it's not in the same way as this is.
Yeah. But it's not exactly the same thing, right?
No, not at all. That's
and
my
the game
point.
encourages you to.
That's not the same thing, Piper.
It's not even remotely close.
Not even remotely close.
Why did you bring that up? My gosh,
so irrelevant.
I did, but okay. And the thing is, the game encourages you to challenge all the rivals, so all the other characters. And when you do, you might unlock another character. Maybe. Spoilers.
I mean, the game basically tells you from the start with the silhouette who it's going to be.
Yeah, that's true. You can unlock
Pikachu.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Super Sonic.
So who here has tried playing as Super Sonic?
Nope, haven't unlocked him yet.
You have, yeah.
I did quite quick, yeah, because I thought he'd be good for tickets. He is not good for tickets.
How did you react? Because I knew nothing. I had no idea.
Really?
I knew about Supersonic, but I didn't know what about Supersonic was
Oh,
going
well,
to be
how
different.
broken he would be, yes.
Okay. Do
Can we
enlighten
talk
me.
about that?
I think so.
Yeah, can we talk about this, please?
I think
Please?
Supersonic was
is
the
like actual Supersonic. Supersonic cannot get hit.
oh, okay.
Yeah, if you
Interesting.
try to use some item on Supersonic, then they're
Yeah, he like has a permanent
invincible.
shield,
Like
basically.
Okay.
it doesn't get
Okay.
slowed down.
So he's the
That's like
fastest character in the game by far as well, I believe.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I had no idea. I
That's a
just
nice
tried
reward.
it, and I was like, "Wait, hey, what? This
Say
is
that,
so
Casey.
overpowered. How is this
Yeah,
even
but you-
allowed?"
Well, you know how it's allowed. It's allowed in an incredibly limited sense.
Yeah, indeed.
You can only use it in Grand Prix mode.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can still play multiplayer. Like
Can't
I
even
could
bring it
I-
into like time trials or anything.
But you can play it multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
No
You can still
multiplayer.
play. You can still choose Supersonic in multiplayer if you do
you can't.
Grand Prix. Like I could.
Oh, you mean like that, right?
Yeah, I could understand. Like if it was only single player and you were going against the CPU, well, I mean, sure. I mean, that's just a fun thing. But then if you want to do it multiplayer against friends, and then like, oh hey, I'm gonna pick Supersonic. No. You do not pick
Just a kid, he
Supersonic.
doesn't play any differently, I swear.
It's just cosmetics, which I assumed it
it's
was actually. I didn't know that.
It's
Didn't know that.
extremely overpowered.
That's
Oh
Yellow
my God.
Sonic. That I don't know what you're
That's-
talking about.
Super what? No. Yeah.
Came as a huge
okay.
surprise to me.
That leads me to another thing that we need to talk about. So another thing that you unlock, or things that you unlock, cosmetics, for example, gadgets, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, are dependent on getting tickets, which you do somewhat as you play the game. So you probably saw people watching the video version saw the end race screens where you get awarded some tickets depending on things that you do throughout the race, right? But they are very stingy with their tickets in this game. And some of the things you can unlock, for example, auras are at least 1,000 tickets each.
2,000 even.
2,000 even. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a friendship mode here, mechanic. Oh, sorry?
Spoilers.
I mean, yeah, but it's part of the game, so you can give
So
characters.
It can't be
It's
a
like-
spoiler. It's a part of the game.
It's like it's not nothing special. I won't tell people what they can get, but you can like give your favorite characters or all of them if you have enough tickets, which I'm not sure who does. You can give your favorite characters tickets, and as you give them more tickets, you can unlock stuff in the game. However, you start with 100, then I think it's like maybe 500, 1,000, and then it gets crazy, starts to get crazy. And you don't really get that many tickets for doing anything, basically, even for winning a race. So it's very, very hard. I'm sure it's got something to do with like keeping people playing the game, and like we're supporting this game for a long time. Obviously, we have like a season plan for this, but still,
right.
maybe be a little bit more generous with your ticket giving.
Please keep
It's gotta
playing.
take
Please.
ages for me to unlock.
Do you feel motivated to play more just to unlock whatever it is that you can unlock with tickets?
Yeah, I actually do.
No. Oh, 50-50 then.
But I'm a 100% guy, so I would feel motivated for that by that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to as well. It's just that excessive that I'm like, I'm not sitting here playing like 2 hours extra today just because I need the tickets or whatever. It will happen when it happens at this point. I've done Everything but the race park and the ticket stuff.
Yeah.
Race park
I-
I'm chipping away at, but the ticket stuff I know will either be like 10 to 15 hours at least of just playing tracks over and over,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever else, you know.
Or they
So, like,
patch the game and make it easier.
I find myself
Hopefully.
going online and playing online and trying to get my rank up there just because I need more tickets. I might as well.
But you don't get. I think that's the worst way
Yeah.
to get tickets.
You
Is
still
online.
unlock stuff. Like you still get gadgets for it.
Yeah, if you rank up, yeah, you obviously unlock stuff. But still, tickets. Like you win a race online and you get like 20, 25 tickets or something. I can't remember.
I think
what
I
it
got
is, but it's like
13 for winning one of our races yesterday.
13. Wow.
Old tickets.
Rich guy over there.
Wow. Yeah. I think the best way is to play the festivals, because I remember as you like rank up during the festival, you unlock rewards, and some of them are like 100 tickets, 500 tickets, 600 tickets. So that's probably the best way to do that. But even
really?
then,
Wow. I
yeah.
didn't even know about that.
Yeah, you did you take part in the Miku festival?
I did like a little bit, but I only got up to like 20 tickets and 20 tickets. So I was like, yeah, this takes a long time.
No, so 20 tickets for per race, but then there was like a progress bar. I don't know what they called it, but like you unlocked rewards, like a new horn,
Yeah.
some
And I mean,
decals.
on that little strip, I saw like, okay, now I earned a 20, and later now I earned a 20. And so like it didn't feel like that. But you're saying on that strip,
Did
there
I
was
play
like
too much?
100 tickets.
Once you get to 1,000, that's when the unique rewards end, and then you just get tickets after that.
Yeah.
So if you
1,000?
could get
Wow.
A
Like
thousand
it sounds a lot
points.
by
So,
here. Here's 1,000. Wow, this means
so points.
no,
so
1,000 points.
Yeah. So during festival, this is another thing
Yeah.
that I think will keep happening, because it happened during that
like 1,000 in total.
single
Is
player
that what you mean?
demo. No. So each time you race during a festival, it doesn't affect your worldwide rank, right? Like the C plus, the D, etc. It doesn't affect that, but you get points for each race. Okay, and then there's a progress bar for the festival, and the more points you get, the more rewards you unlocked. I think Viper's right. After 1,000, you stop getting like decals or horns or whatever, and then it's just tickets, and it's like 500 or 600 or something like that, I believe.
Okay, so like there is a slot of like, hey, here's 1,000 tickets.
I don't think it ever gets that high. But
No, that's too much, I think. But yeah, like
But why does this
500 or
1,000 keep
something.
coming up? Like both of you have named
festival
1,000.
points within
Points.
the within
Festival
the festival. Within the festival,
Oh, yeah.
you're
So
racing
you mean in
towards a
total,
global
after you've
leaderboard.
gathered 1,000 points in total, is what you mean?
points.
Yeah, then
yes.
you just start getting like here's. Then the next rewards
Okay.
is like here's 20 tickets, here's 30 tickets,
yeah.
here's.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Because when you race during a festival, you get tickets and
Oh,
points.
yeah, there's a difference between points
Tickets
and tickets.
and
Yep,
points,
yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go. That's what's
Okay.
been missing.
So that would be, I don't know how much longer it takes you, but probably it's the fastest way to get more tickets is to like take part in
Yeah.
festivals. and
Which it still isn't that fast. It's just
No, it's
faster.
not. It's just faster. Yeah, that's it. So it is what it is.
Sorry,
but yeah,
I'm slow, but we got there eventually.
But you're slow. But like getting tickets, it's even slower. So consider that.
I'm slow, but not stupid. There's a huge difference.
There we go. Gadgets. Let's talk about gadgets. So this is a big part of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. I think that's the two big things about this game are the CrossWorlds aspect, right? You get a second lap in a completely different course, and gadgets that affect gameplay. So in a nutshell, you can choose a character of 3 classes, right? So speed, handling, boost, and power. Is that it? 4?
4, yeah.
I think there's
Yeah.
acceleration as well.
Oh, acceleration, 5.
Acceleration, yes.
Yeah, so speed,
Yeah.
acceleration, handling, power, and boost. And obviously, that will somewhat affect your gameplay. And then you can pick a vehicle of all 5 of those categories as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can customize. You can pick, like, for example, extreme gears from Sonic Riders are boost vehicles, but you can customize them and make them more handling ish or less, like more speedy or whatever. You can like combine parts and stuff, and you can also customize your vehicles in terms of cosmetics. Yeah. However, then you have like a sort of a license plate in Transformed, and you could choose like specific, I don't know what they call them, but you could choose like a
like
perks, I believe.
Stickers.
Perks.
Perks,
Oh, wait.
abilities, whatever. You could
Oh,
like pick a
I'm
handling
getting
boost
Oh,
or
you're talking about
remember
that one.
that?
Yes.
And if you like leveled up, maxed up a character, you could have like a specific, like a Dreamcast mod or a Mega Drive mod or whatever it was. Mods. They were called mods.
Yes.
Yes. So this is a little bit like that, but like maxed out to 100. It does really affect your gameplay because you get like a license plate with different slots. The more you race, the more slots you unlock, and then you can customize your license plate or your gadget plate or whatever it is with specific gadgets that give you different abilities or like balance out. If you have like a more speed-based character, but you want more handling, you can add a handling gadget so you can control your vehicle a little bit better. So that's it. I think that's it. Am I correct? Did I do a decent job explaining?
I think so.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah. Well
okay.
Done.
Thank you very much. So this is totally new with the way it's done here. And it's new for, I think, a kart racer, perhaps, maybe. Unless maybe Kirby did something like that, which I believe there were... No. Never played Kirby Air Riders.
I don't know. I can't think. I've never played it either.
Okay.
So I'm trying to...
But I don't think
the comments.
This happened in it. So apparently Gum loves Kirby and Sonic Riders, so maybe she knows. Yeah. But this affects gameplay, which is interesting. So you can pick a character just because you like the character, despite of their class. You can pick a vehicle because you like the look of it. And then you can like balance it out with gadgets, for example. Or if a specific event like that happens during festivals, there are specific races in which, for example, you get a boost for getting more rings and you get extra points for getting more rings. So you might want to equip a gadget that helps you get rings, or whenever you hit other characters, you get some rings as a bonus. So you can adjust to the specific game you're playing, the specific mode, the specific event you're in, and that helps you with whatever you want. Or you can just adjust to whatever you like to do in a race, or whatever your weaknesses are. Like, for example, I'm always hitting other characters, so I equipped a gadget that gives me a boost whenever I do that. So, yeah, I'm balancing out my weaknesses.
It's very useful at the goal line.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I hadn't thought about it like that.
Yeah, because you get a slight boost, and when you're do always crashing, you get ahead a little bit. Yeah. So, thoughts on gadgets?
I'm thankful for them because one of the things that made me especially worried was that, my gosh, the air tricks are so incredibly
Oh,
slow.
slow.
What are it felt so much better in Transformed. What were
Yes.
they thinking? Just doesn't feel good for me personally. And I don't know if it was just me that was just too used to Transformed. And then the option that I knew about was that making it incredibly fast. And like, okay, I mean, that's better. I was still a little bit unsure. But then I found the gadget that just made it feel like there wasn't like a middle ground there, and there I could choose to make it feel more like the way I was used to,
Mhm.
and I could um, choose so that it doesn't feel like the game punishes me a lot by making me lose rings just by bumping into a wall. That was one of the things that made me. Well, I just bumped into a wall. Like, why am I getting so punished
Yeah.
for that? So, like, there were just so new. There were just many new things that. Uh, I don't know. I reacted against, maybe just because they were new, or um, I. But yeah, I felt like I was very thankful when
Yeah.
I found the gadgets to just make it feel the way I felt it should feel to play it. And so yeah, I'm thankful that they gave me the option to
Mhm.
customize that.
Okay. Quick aside. Did you guys change the control scheme?
Yeah,
Yes. Oh wait,
Yes.
do you mean button placement or?
yeah,
Button placement.
that's what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I left it as
Okay.
is.
Okay. Yeah. Me too.
I changed it, and then I changed it back. Just like, okay, I'm used to everything else now. I could try like how they intended the controls, and I do like the original controls. But I was time trialing the first track, the E Stadium. Is that what it's called?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I realized that, especially on the third lap, there's this like narrow little path that you need to go on
Yeah.
to get up to the warp ring, and there are like tricks that you can do right before that. And having the original controls, where you like you do tricks with the steer um, stick, it screwed me
Yeah.
up a
Okay.
lot,
Oh.
because like
Oh right.
I needed to be precise with like going right up that little like narrow path. And when I do the tricks, which I need to do because like I need to optimize that, but then I get out of alignment because I'm doing those tricks.
Yeah. It's
Like
the
I
same
could like
button.
move like back and forth short,
Hmm.
like do front and back and backward flips, but it's still sensitive to like just a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. So I still missed it because of that. So I just changed back. Actually,
Never thought of
it just
that.
gave me a lot more precision to the tricks with the right stick, and then just steer only with the left stick. So yeah, I changed back. I feel like the transform controls gave me a lot more precision that I needed
Hmm.
for that.
Never thought
So
of that.
I feel that's like objectively better as a result.
Okay. Okay. So back to gadgets. Viper, thoughts on gadgets?
I was quite afraid of the gadget system when that was first announced because I I think something like that has the ability to like kill a game almost for certain
Mm.
people. Like I was just a little concerned, I guess, that people would see that and go, "Oh no, that's too much customization. That's too scary. This is clearly going to be really difficult to fine tune and get a balance." But I think they've managed to strike a balance because I can often feel like quite overwhelmed with like the amount of customization you can have in games like this. To what Lime says, you get it feeling right, but not even just that, but feeling like it should be. Oh, this is like a competitive build in the sense of I can keep up with other races and things. I think a lot of games fall into the trap of, oh, we're making this game really like hardcore, and in doing so, really alienate people through having systems like that. So I thought Transformed is like the middle ground of this. This is like the most you can take this transforms good. CrossWorlds isn't going to work. So I'm actually quite surprised now then that not only is the system thankfully way simpler than I thought it would be, there is still that level of like I'm sure there's certain builds that are good for certain tracks in time trial mode, and certain things are good for multiplayer. That's definitely still there, but in terms of just like the simple getting something you like, what Lime said, tweaking it to what you want, that's actually surprisingly easy because you identify what your shortcomings are quite quickly. I felt I hated how long I got hit for. It was always felt so frantic or whatever we were saying. I just felt like I was spending so much time getting hit by items and trying to speed back up because I was a speed character. I didn't have good acceleration. So that's the first thing I put on. And the second I put that on, I was like, oh, that feels great. What else is it I'd like? Oh, the tricks are too slow, like we just said. So let's go ahead and turn that on. And then from there, it clicked really obviously. It wasn't like oh God, what do I change? What do I like put in here to keep up with other races? It's like, oh, this is an area that I think I could improve on, or the game could improve on for me. Let me equip this. So I don't think it falls into the same trappings that a lot of games like this do. It's entirely to fix problems you're having or the problems you have with the game, rather than here's something to give you an edge over other people. It's more, here's something to dull out the sharp corners, I guess, of whatever's going wrong.
Yeah, indeed.
So
And
I think it works really well.
I see. Yeah. Like sometimes I feel like that is an issue. Like I would love to use the gadgets because it gives me like more of an edge as opposed to, making the gameplay feel good. I guess with the tricks at least, the middle, like the middle gadget with the tricks, when you do it like a little faster, I could have done without that and just have that as the standard, and then you have the choice to just like do the tricks very quickly. I feel like it lost me a lot just because it made them so slow by default, and not knowing that I could change it. Like the first impressions are important, and I could have done without that experience.
Yeah, but I think it's you both like said something that I totally agree with, which is gadgets are specifically here to make you enjoy the game more, I think. Right?
Yeah.
So adjust them as much as you want or as little as you want. If you don't want to touch the gadgets, it's okay. You could just still play the game without gadgets. But if you feel like there's something about your gameplay style that it needs some tweaking, or you don't enjoy controlling a certain aspect of the game as much, try the gadgets and you'll probably find something that will help you balance those things out and enjoy the game a little bit more. So I think it's cool. I also like that you can keep like 5 designed plates or gadget plates or whatever with your sets of gadgets, which is nice because depending on whatever the mode is that you're playing, and I find this useful during festivals because of those like boosts that you get, like the point boost, or like the different races have different objectives. I think you can say that. If your team collects more rings, they will.
So close.
So close.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it.
I did it. Yeah. Very close. I won this. So for people listening, go watch the video because I actually won a race. Yes, barely. Still, if you have to collect more rings, you can equip the gadgets that help you do that. If you have to boost more, if you get a boost for boosting, equip gadgets that help you boost and that help you get ahead on that front. So I think that's great, and it's great that they also give you specific like gadget plates for specific events during a festival. I don't know if you got that, if you experienced that during the Miku one.
Yeah, that was really helpful for especially for like new players just jumping in because of the festival, for example, because there will be quite a few people who went, "Oh, Miku's in this. I'll get it to play with my friends." That's so useful to go, "Oh, hey, here's actually what other people who've been playing the game loads might be using to make that entry a little easier." I guess that was quite a nice touch.
Yeah. And that's when I started actually paying attention to gadgets, because I think at first when you start, you only get like 2 slots, 1 slot. Can't remember. I think it's 2.
I don't remember either.
And they actually give you like pre-equipped gadget plates you can choose from. And then as you race more, and it's actually depending on the number of races that you do, you unlock more slots until you have like the gold plate or whatever they call it. Platinum? I don't know. The max plate? I don't know. The one that has all the slots unlocked. And then that's when you can start customizing and getting more things. But like the festival helped me see that some gadgets are really useful. Because I was one of those like 5%. Like I don't care about customizing my cart or my extreme gear or whatever. I don't care about all these cosmetics items. I don't care about like these gadgets. Let me just race. And that went poorly. But then I realized that some gadgets are actually useful. Purvis on the RadioSEGA Discord is saying, my question about the gadget system would be, how much of it is actually useful? So I think we already answered this question. And how much of it falls into the meta? Like, it's no good if there's dozens of gadgets, but all you want are like 3 of them. Or if all anyone serious uses are just 3 of them.
Yeah, you wouldn't reach that, since it's completely different if you want to do time trials and if you want to play together with people. If I play against other people, I definitely choose, the bump into boost that you get. I like collecting rings isn't as important because like you're gonna lose them anyway. Like that's so like it's not as important for me. But then when you do time trials, you're not gonna have anyone to boost into, so you can leave that.
Yeah, exactly.
Alone.
You certainly don't need. There's one that I talked about that was like, don't get spun out from items so much. Well, there's no items.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Don't need that one.
Yeah,
and some of them, by the way, even if you equip them, they have a little little sign on top of them during time trials.
You can't even choose.
They can't be activated. You can't you can't have them equipped. They will not have any effect on the race. Right.
Yeah.
This is a wasted slot.
Yes. And they do tell you that beforehand.
And then there are items as well that can be very strategic when it comes to getting your ring count up. Because in time trials, you definitely need and want to get up to max speed with the maxed rings as fast as possible. And there are items for that. And so there are, for me at least, completely different strategies depending on what you're playing. And so there are definitely things that I don't touch, but it's definitely not that I just pick a card and then only use that. I definitely choose around between like a lot of different gadgets.
And as Jamie is saying, you need to choose wisely, as some take multiple slots. That's it. There's an element of strategy involved here, because not all gadgets are created equally or equal. Some of them are like take 2 slots, some take 3, some only take 1. So you don't have like unlimited room, unlimited slots. So you have to.
They are creative with them as well. Like there's this perfect boost thing. So if you release your drift boost at the right time, you get a little ding, and then you get even more a boost bonus for that depending on your timing. And then you can combine that with, if you get a perfect boost, then you also get rings. So there's a lot of strategy to this.
Okay.
I think to me the biggest tell that the system works correctly is if you compare it to like any other kart race. So there's always the meta in that. Like you look at the time trial leaderboard for a Mario Kart game, it's always, I'd say most games at least. I don't know if World's the same, but certainly going back, it's always the same character. Very rarely different karts or whatever have you. But you look at CrossWorlds and the leaderboard is all over the place. The top 10's like completely different characters, but most importantly, every track, even the same tracks on different speed, have different gadgets. Like every six one of those gadgets is different between not only different races but different tracks as well. I think that's like the biggest sign it's functioning well is that it's not just like, yeah, equip these and you're done. Like everyone has their own strategy to do things at that top level, but not even just that. Every track has something it's doing differently. So you can equip for multiplayer, for example, and be mostly good and ready to go, but there's so many different combinations and ways it can work that there's never like compared to it's like Mario Kart. Oh, Funky Kong, that's that's solved. We solved how to play this track well. But there's still always like changing. Like someone will go, "Oh, this gadget build's actually better or whatever for this stage." Oh, maybe my one works a bit better for me though, and I can get a better time because I'm a bit more used to it. I think that's a sign that even at like the top levels already, it's functioning as intended because it's so vastly different across everything. But versus something else where it's always the exact same thing gives you the exact same results. I think here you're seeing the variation which they wanted from this system. So I think that's proof that it's working in a way. There's no one definitive answer.
Yeah,
to every...
and the fact that you keep unlocking new gadgets as well, right? So there are multiple ways of doing that. One of them is, for example, by ranking up while playing online. Right? Yeah. As you rank up, you unlock different gadgets. So there are things there like you're not expecting, perhaps a different gadget they're not expecting, and maybe that will change the way you address some issues you have with gameplay. So I think this answers Purvis's question. I hope so, at least. So yeah, gadgets are really cool. I wasn't really expecting much, to be honest, as I think you guys already said as well. Usually new things we're like we're always
scary.
very reluctant to accept and embrace change. But I was pleasantly surprised when I started playing this. I wanted to on something very, very briefly regarding time trials or time attack mode or whatever it's called, which is, I think I can share something here, a little bit of the Minecraft one.
Look at Casey doing time trials.
Which are these lines here, these like guidelines, which I think are a very cool accessibility option for people who actually are trying to learn a stage. And they change according to the lap you're in, because laps change as well, right? So any comments on this?
I've been finding it... Sorry.
No. Go on.
I've been finding it kind of useful because they lead you to the boost wisps. So like it might take you one route the first lap, and then you get one wisp. The other lap you already took that wisp, and so now it leads to you a slightly different. And so there's another wisp there that you can take that route. And so I feel like it kind of like shows you, so if you take this route, then like I feel like it tries to show you what they think is the optimal route.
I don't even know if it's necessarily that as much as, like, certainly in most racing games, it's this is more like realistic racing games. This is something I think they've more taken from that.
Yeah.
Like track races, I mean, rather than kart races.
Yeah, like a Gran Turismo or something.
Yeah, for example. Just throwing it out there. There's like... It's a fast but safe line almost. Like it's never going to be the fastest. It will never show you how to. It will guide you to those wisps, but it will never like take you over the grass shortcut or whatever, for example. But If you follow it, you're not going to get an A rank. But if you follow it, you're going to go, "Oh, I understand this course now. And that was
that's
a
it.
fast way through it."
It's probably like
That's
the
it.
ghost in Mario Kart, like the Mario Kart World and Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
The ghost takes you through, like, not optimal route, but just to show you each lap one new shortcut that you can take.
Yeah.
Just to show you the level and what you can do with it, basically.
I'd say there, though, you have, in Mario Kart, you typically have the normal ghost and the expert. Whereas this is, no matter what you do, this is always the same.
Yeah.
So, like, Mario Kart, you're gonna, if you're good enough to beat that first ghost, it'll be, oh, look, here's an even better ghost that actually does all the shortcuts. Whereas this will kind of, no matter what you do, no matter how good you get at the stage, this line always remains the same constant.
I think
it's
just
better
like
ghost. Like I'm talking about the stock ghost that the game gives you. And that's the same every time.
Yeah, but
that one is,
I
then
think
you
that
unlock
one
a
doesn't
better
really go any special
Okay.
places and
I haven't
doesn't do
seen that.
shortcuts, I think. Yeah, in Mario Kart.
World does it, but certainly the other Mario Karts do it to where you you have a kind of slow but somewhat resourceful ghost.
Was it
and then
it
you have
8?
A really fast one.
Or was it Wii that had like the
I
staff?
do not recognize that from 8.
Staff
like,
ghost.
Not one bit.
We definitely had normal and experts. I remember.
Yeah, and I think one of them they called them the like staff ghosts.
Yeah,
were like you were supposed to be trying to beat a developer or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I find this a very cool way to help people like learn stages. And as much as we were talking about like this being a harder, maybe.
In case you can't miss this, you have a huge opportunity in chat right now. Okay. You should really take advantage.
Oh, okay.
My God,
viewers,
I had
viewers.
To.
Wow, yeah. Cheap
like,
viewers.
Come on. My God.
And they are cheap. Why would I want cheap viewers?
No, they're gone. You missed the opportunity. You could have become famous.
Viewers. I want expensive viewers. I want viewers with deep pockets, not cheap people. No. Anyway, I would say as much as we were not faulting, but not really not faulting at all. We were just like mentioning the difference between maybe a Mario Kart game and this as being like having more of a steep learning curve. This one, bougie viewers very wet. Yes. This also helps. This also has like accessibility options to help newcomers and people without skill, unskilled gamers like me, get better at the game. Get better at the game. So the guidelines are an example. The gadgets are also an example of that, like balancing things out. So that's nice. I think it's like it proves that anyone can play this game and have fun. And get better as well. Get good. Anyone. Always.
Even you.
Unless you can prove me wrong, I'll say anyone. Yes. Okay. So we're talking. We've been talking for over an hour now. So I want to get into the good stuff. What's bad about this game? As like a way before we get like into our final thoughts, not bad, but what would we change? What would you change about this? Or
take it away, Lime, and I'll have a nap.
Lime.
Oh,
I'm back.
No. It's supposed to be you talking because you probably have a lot of stuff to talk about, Lime.
Okay, so I have two main things.
Okay.
Third lap music and the flying. Those are my two main issues. To begin with the flying, I just think Transform did it so much better. I miss the risk boosts a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that just made it a lot more interesting. Right now, it just feels like Superman 64 you just go through rings and that's it.
Okay.
Of my maze.
In comparison, I just feel like Transform did it a lot better, and so I missed that. When it comes to, I love the music, with one exception.
But
I do not like the style of the third lap at all. Like they're using this kind of like sometimes like synthetic choir, and other times like maybe real people. I don't know, maybe just, but it just sounds weird to me, and it's so much to me personally, just in your face so much. I have never ever considered just turning off the music of a game completely, because that's how much it just I did not like it. Because I mean, I don't know, like for me it was just kind of like like
Final lap.
shut up, like I do not appreciate that. That's like a personal thing. Like I'm not gonna say it's like an objectively bad thing. I hated it. Absolutely hate it. And it's like,
Wait, I'm not going to say it's an objectively bad thing, but I hate it.
yes,
Okay.
personally,
Yeah.
I hated it. It was just so in your face. And therefore I'm just so thankful that there's the jukebox, where you could just choose the music that you want played, and you could pick that for all of the laps, or you can just pick that for one of the laps. And so that's what I did. So I don't even hear that anymore, because I've just replaced the third lap music with the one that I want through the jukebox, and I'm just so thankful for that, because otherwise I would actually have turned it off. I've never ever been in that place before.
So
but
basically
that
what
I
you're
would
saying
have.
is there's no problem with this game because you
Not with
just
the
found a
jukebox, no.
fix. Okay.
There is
Just
a
playing
fix for
now.
that.
You just like fixed it. Yeah. Options. What do you know? Having
Yeah.
options is good, Nintendo. What do you know?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. I just wish I knew about it before, because like up until I actually learned what you could do in the game, I did not know about that, and I was bothered with it. And the same thing with the slow tricks and all of the other things. I was just like, I didn't know you could change it, and so I just had this feeling of I don't like this at all. But now, so like I've had like a very bad start with the game, but like now, when I know it, when I know what I can change, I've started to just be able to just enjoy the game and see it for what it is, and now I love it. Yeah.
Okay. So that was brief. I'm surprised. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Viper, your turn.
I'm not far off what Lime said, honestly, so this will also be quite brief. I think they're my two big things mainly. I get why they removed the risk boosts and stuff like that, for example, from Transform, because if you played in a lobby of anyone good, flying was just risk boost the mode. You'd get minutes behind other people. But at the same time, I think it's mainly the controls here that are the issue, but there's plenty of vehicles that control way better in the flying mode, but I wish, as a whole, like, the grand scheme of things, I didn't have to pick a vehicle to actually be able to move vaguely in the direction that I want to go in. I think flying's definitely a weak point, but I also thought it was a weak point in Transformed, and it felt really slow unless you were taking in like that risk boost thing or whatever. I always thought it was the weakest part of that game as
Was
well.
supposed
So
to
I
be
don't.
the fastest route,
Yeah,
right? Was supposed
it's
to,
physically like on paper the fastest, but something about
but
it
it
just always
felt
feels really
slow.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Lime's already kind of gone into it. I don't have much more to say beyond that. The other thing, the online is just sucks. Not the actual, like, playing online. That's great. Friend lobbies are good. There's loads of options. The networking's just really bad right now. I don't think I've ever played a game where I've had this many issues networking. It's honestly borderline unplayable, which a lot of people throw that term around, but I've had so many times, like during the Miku Festival, I couldn't stay in a lobby for more than 2 races. It would always kick me out, and everyone else would play, and I could just watch from the other side of the room as, other people were playing the game or whatever. But I couldn't actually play myself. And I had that so often, and we had it yesterday where one of us randomly became this infected player who couldn't join anyone else's lobbies.
That's so
and then
weird.
it spread to KC instead of me, and
Yes,
I've had so many issues, more than any game, and Nintendo's famous for bad netcode and stuff like Smash Bros and things like that. I've never had as many issues with any other game I have had with this game, which is a real shame because typically Sega's much better at it than this. I think Transform's a far more stable game, as is even Team Sonic Racing, which was slated on launch for also being quite unstable. I think that was leaps and bounds better than this. And
I have to disagree with that specific point there, because the only time I had issues with this online was yesterday.
I had issues with it yesterday. I had issues with it earlier today.
Online is just works for me. I had maybe 1 or 2 timeouts during the festival.
I think I said before, as long as I'm playing single player in solo, or solo in worldwide, I've never had an issue with worldwide.
I had an issue with that earlier today.
Interesting.
Solo.
But every issue I've had, and technically the issue we had last night, is related to bringing your friends in.
Yeah.
But if you want to play the game with friends, which is a kart race, so that's kind of half the point.
Yeah, that's the point,
when
right?
It seems to introduce issues, which that's the way I want to play. I don't just want to go into online worldwide, play on my own. Sometimes I do, but that's not going to be the majority of the way that I play this game.
Yeah.
The way that I want to play it is the way that's the most broken, and I can barely stay in games. Which is especially weird because I think from what we know, the networking's like Epic Games, cross-play support or whatever. Like, you play something like Fortnite, like, that just works. Play Fall Guys, that just works. Why is this such an issue versus other games run on the same servers?
And the fact that they had the network tests.
And this was a problem in the network tests.
Indeed.
Yeah. That should have come up then, and they should have fixed it.
They had 2 network tests, and it's not fixed issues with the network.
Although,
it did,
that being said, we couldn't play against friends or with friends during network tests. So
you could on the second one.
You could?
I had the same problems.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, okay.
I forgave it in the test because I figured that in order to do a test, you need to kind of go to the edge cases and see and test the limits. And when they do that, sure, things are going to break. And I feel like that's kind of the point when you do a test. But when you release the game, those things should probably be solved. And I also have the same thought as the Viper that this game in particular has thrown me out more than other games have, which is an issue.
Okay. I actually had a lot of issues with Mario Kart World when it came out.
Some, certainly.
I had a lot of
never
issues.
To this extent.
Oh, much more than this. Not exactly, but I never played with friends, though. Oh, I played once or twice, I think. But that went smoothly. The only problem with that is that, like, you can't... I think I tried what's it called? Game chat? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's silly because you can't add people after you create like a party or a group. You can't add people to it later.
Yeah,
so that's another thing. That's like bad like designing on Nintendo's side.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
Bad outdated design. No, that's right.
but the actual online
right.
play,
I can attest to that.
Yeah, the online play in single player worked really, really bad for me for like the first few days. I think I was constantly getting timed out. And then Nintendo does this wonderful thing where if you get timed out, even if it's not your fault, if it happens like
yes.
twice or three times in a row, you have to get a cooldown, of 10 minutes or whatever. You can't connect to the servers again. Yeah.
This game also has that too, but it's thankfully a lot less strict. I
Okay.
never got banned from matchmaking, but it was like, you got a fairness point deduction for leaving mid-game. I didn't
really?
do anything. I was racing.
Wow.
You disconnected me.
Wow.
Never
But
happened to me here.
It's way
Yeah.
less than, like, as you say, in Mario Kart World would be like, you've rage quit too many games. You need to wait 10
You need
minutes.
to
Like,
cool
what?
it down. Yeah. Same thing with Splatoon. That happens with Splatoon as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, this game's running on Epic servers. Yes. Which is why we had a maintenance period like yesterday
I
or
think
the
it's
day before.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a couple hours where you couldn't get on it because they were
Yeah.
updating something to do.
They said that. They warned people about that. Yeah. I left mid-game once as my controller died, says Jamie.
I did the same.
It happened to me. So the footage you were watching of that time attack course in Minecraft, it happened to me. So that's why it's like 40 seconds of footage. And I stopped recording after that because my controller died. Always charge your controllers, people. Do that. Like, be responsible. Purvis says, what's bad about the game? The people I have to race against.
I wish they were bad.
Yeah.
I'd sweep 3 victories happily.
Yeah. For me, I'm not going to add to anything you guys said. So, third lap music, I don't care as much about it now as I did during the network tests. I'll be honest. I've grown accustomed to them.
You do. You hate it as much as I do.
It's like final lap. Oh, this is the final lap. It's just like I sing along to it. You play too much Radical Highway. Don't go near that stage. Don't do that. And so that's one of the things. I agree with the airplane handling. Boosting is like 50-50 for me. Sometimes I get it right, but I blame it on myself. I blame it on my lack of skills. So I can't really fault the game for that. I do appreciate the boat handling, like the boost, the way you don't boost or you boost upward, I guess. Using the boat. I didn't really enjoy that during the test where I was like, oh, this is new. But now I like it. I like how you can keep like drifting in a way. No, actually you do drift a little bit. And you can like do tricks when you jump. So that's nice. You get a little boost.
That's also a thing I've done like a complete 180 on. First, I just didn't understand it. Like, oh, what is going on? Like, am I drifting? Am I not drifting? Like, I have no idea. I'm so confused.
I sometimes forget.
That was just like the say. I guess it was just because I was confused about everything else as well, and so I didn't understand that either. But once I kind of got it, and once I kind of started connecting that with Sonic Riders. And the way that you need to hold the button and like to charge up a boost and charge up a jump, and then like use that in Sonic Riders, and started connecting the dots. Like, oh, this Sonic Racing is trying to be the best of all the other Sonic games. It has the team mechanic from Sonic Team Racing. It has transformed mechanics. And then I connected it with the Sonic Riders thing as well, because it borrows from that. And so, oh, maybe they were trying to incorporate that kind of gameplay in the boats. Now I get it, and now I can start to appreciate it. And then I started seeing like all the things that you were talking about, that Casey, not on this stream, but earlier when we talked about it. That, oh yeah, they do have some boost rings a little higher, and you need to get to them.
Yeah, some items, you can take some
shortcuts
rings.
Using those kinds of jumps. And now I started seeing the strategy, and then I got it, and now I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I just sometimes get distracted when I'm playing. I don't know if this happens to you. These kinds of games, sometimes my brain just switches off. Not that it's on to begin with, but like it's like a very dim light on. And then when I'm playing these kinds of games, I zone out. And sometimes I think I'm playing Transformed. So we switch from a car to a boat, and let's drift. Oh, I can't. Why? And I hit a wall. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is not Transformed. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I like it. That's what I wanted to say. No issues with it whatsoever. One thing I already mentioned, but I think that's my main gripe with this game so far, is the ticket system. It needs to be patched fast. That's a very. I guess the
what,
online
Casey?
thing
Why do you hate the game? A game just wants to play you. It just wants you to play it more. Why do you not want to play it more? That's what you're complaining about. Oh, I have to play it so much in order to unlock these things. Why don't you like playing the game? You like playing the game. Why do you hate the game, Casey?
Because I'm dead inside. That's why.
Wow.
Yeah. Just be more generous with tickets, or lower the prices of things. That could happen as well. I think it's easier, or both. Yeah, but I think it's easier to just like hand out more tickets. Although I would say maybe it'll like, if we do get festivals every like 2 weeks or so, maybe that'll help. But still, it's a little bit of a chore to have to take part in all these races to get like 500 tickets after like 10 races perhaps, or something. So do better, Sega. Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah. Jamie says the ticket system needs improving. Sometimes it feels like you don't get enough and you're grinding for tickets. It's like, what even is grinding for tickets? How do you do that? Like, it takes too long.
I tried to find an exploit like looking for ticket farming on online. I was thinking like maybe someone has found like a cheesy way to do it, but no, like the best way that they could give was to use Supersonic on the Grand Prix. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
And even then, it's like still the same amount you get from the Grand Prix anyway. I think each level of, we talk about how, how cheating the rivals are, but they cheat you out of tickets because going up a level only gives you a single ticket extra. So you can put it on max level and only get like 10 more tickets from playing on the lowest level. So the second
what you can also do is to get the red rings while you race, because if you get a perfect there, that's tickets.
Does that then stack if you already have them?
Yeah.
Get what?
Oh, okay.
If you get the red rings, all.
But that's just once.
No, it's if you get them, even if you've gotten them earlier, you still get tickets for collecting them again.
I don't think so. I think you only get that boost, that perk once.
I mean, I've got points several times for
really?
it. Yeah.
Maybe I never tried to get all 5 rings in one race again after collecting them.
Even if I collected them all and I only collect 3, I still get tickets for those 3.
But the same amount of tickets? That's my question here. Because I don't think so. But
the same amount for the 3 that I don't know.
Yeah.
You definitely get
all tickets count,
but
right?
If it's the same amount, that
every ticket.
Yeah, every ticket counts. So even if it's just 1 or 2 extra tickets, it counts because you don't get enough. So yes, collect red rings. That can also help. But I seriously think we need a patch for this. We were talking about yesterday, Viper, how we thought maybe with the addition of Minecraft content, the game would get a patch. No, it's just like DLC.
It was already all in there.
Yeah, it was already in there.
I thought they'd at least do something, but no.
Yeah, nope. Maybe after the festival or whatever. Who knows? So my last question is, I think we already touched upon like the most important things. there are more modes. So there's the race park thing we didn't discuss, which is basically like the team modes from the festivals, but you can play it like single player, right? Or local multiplayer as well. And you race against rival teams instead of individual rival characters, right? And that unlocks stuff as well. And again, like we said, during festivals, you have like those specific like missions, maybe collect rings or boost more times or tap against your teammates or whatever. And those are in there as well. So you can choose which mode you play during like that race park mode and unlock stuff. Viper wants to say something, I feel like.
Do I?
No, I thought.
I'm
Okay.
just nodding in agreement.
Okay. So I don't think we need to talk about that because it's basically that. And whatever all the things we said about gameplay apply to that as well. I like the team racing modes here more than I liked in Team Sonic Racing. Proof of that is that I play those more than I ever played Team Sonic Racing as a whole. But yes, but I wanted to like reserve this like 10 final minutes of the show to ask you a question. We already know what like the roadmap for content, or at least the initial content is. We only don't know, I think, the only thing we don't know is which other SEGA characters, all the SEGA characters are. We know a few, not all of them. First of all, what are you expecting? And do you think we can get more content instead of just like specific characters and courses? Do you think we can get more modes? Are you expecting anything like that, for example?
I don't know, because we're in uncharted territory already. Like, I wouldn't have expected this level of commitment to the game full stop. So I struggle to know what exactly their plans are, because we've seen them do anything like this before. I'd certainly hope, like, don't confuse my confusion with not wanting these things, because I absolutely would. I just don't know logistically how they do them, because surely they'd want to make them a paid mode, but they've already established that the paid stuff is exclusive to the season pass, for example. But then can't introduce gameplay modes behind a paywall, can you? Because that would just kill off any sort of online. But feels like a big thing to introduce post game. It's difficult to like chart it to anything that we've in these games before. So I can be hopeful, and I am. I'd like to see that. Realistically, I don't know. I think it's possible more characters beyond what's already been announced, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
As to the rest of the stuff, maybe like a couple racetracks here and there they might do, but I mean, how many times were we clamoring for like post-launch support of Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed?
Or Monkey Ball, even, right?
I mean, Monkey Ball's the closest thing I can equate this to, and
Still,
even then it's so much more than what we got there in any of those games.
Yeah.
It feels like an extension more of I don't know if you remember, but I forget them. They're all named so similarly. Banana Mania was the remake, right? Of 1 and 2.
Banana Mania and Banana.
Yeah, Rumble's the new one.
Rumble Mania was the one before. Yes.
Yeah, Mania. They made such a huge deal out of who's going to be in the ball next, and it's more. Then they kind of didn't do that again for the new one. They were just like, here's new characters, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time we've had it since that game, and that was kind of the first time, full stop, that we really had like a big DLC roster going. Here's something to look forward to, not just we're putting this out, enjoy it. It's whoa, look, Pac-Man's coming through the portal. So I hope we get more of it. Like, that's at the end of the day, I want more content from this, but we're already eating so good. It's a little greedy to ask, I guess it feels like. This is so much more than I'm used to. It's some people would say, well, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid to touch this. Oh my god, what if I spoil it? Yeah, for sure. And I'm okay with the what they call the compelling DLC lineup.
Compelling.
So they're compelling people to buy this game using Nickelodeon characters and Minecraft characters and Pac-Man. I'm okay with this. I think we can leave it at this. Don't bring characters and stuff from other French or other companies. I do want more Sega stuff.
That was like the best part for me. That they're reaching that they're reaching even to other franchises. Like I love that Turtles is gonna be there. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, not
it doesn't
sure
mean
if
that
I'm happy about these.
It doesn't have to mean
Turtles.
less Sega characters, though. It can mean that, and in addition, even more.
I don't know. Does it? Does it mean we will get more? It
doesn't have to. I feel
it doesn't. But
by pure number, I think the Sega characters are at least equal to the DLC characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as like 8 Sega characters in the pipeline. I can't remember how many DLC characters there are. By
I think it was 10.
Okay, so you're not far off though.
Okay, so
like pretty close.
So no, it's more. 3, 9, 13 slots here.
Yeah, there you go. The Sega reps outweigh the DLC
I think
reps.
These are the Sega reps. So we have Miku, Joker, Ichiban. We know Knights is in, right? It's been not really leaked at this point. It was in like
leaked by themselves.
By their
yes. own box art.
Exactly. And even here. No, here no. This is Joker. Never mind. It's the silhouette of Joker. But I'm hoping they use these slots well. For example, Jamie says, I want a Streets of Rage rep. Yes, would make sense. It would make sense to have Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Shinobi, Jet Set Radio, Crazy Taxi.
I was going to mention that last week, actually, when we talked about this. Yeah, I think at least most of the slots will be used to advertise the upcoming games that may or may not exist. Like Shinobi's the only one that's going to release, but you never know.
Yeah. I think Shinobi would be a no-brainer. But maybe just use one slot for each of them. Don't do like I'm guessing II would be a good one as well.
I think II is also soft confirmed.
Okay.
It was, what were we talking about? The crosstalk or whatever it is, those YouTube shorts last week. The ones with the animated characters. That, alongside showing Knights' board from Sonic Riders, which we already knew about Knights anyway, also showed II's banana car from the first Sega Racer. So it's pretty much confirmed at this point as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
Matter of time.
But just II. Because don't give me like four monkeys. Just one from each franchise.
Do the Choo-Choo Rocket from the first game, where it's just all 4 of them in one car, all the monkeys in a single car, please.
See, that's a good idea.
Also,
I'm still holding out hope for Ryo Hazuki, obviously, being a big Shenmue fan. But I'm very curious, and this is what I'm most curious about. What characters are we getting? Are we getting any courses as well? Because we don't know, right? We don't know. That would be amazing. Something more akin to Transform. I know it's Sonic Racing. No, it's not Sonic and All Stars and all that. It's a different team. I get that. It's a different thing. It's a different franchise altogether. But I would love to get more Sega representation here. So please, Sega, do that. Lime, any expectations in terms of like future content?
Expectations? I definitely think that they will and should add more courses. Kind of just having that as a continuous thing, it would also keep it alive. Have to keep people coming back to it. And I would absolutely love to just experience more tracks.
We have like
in the game.
24 main ones and 15 CrossWorlds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
That sounds right. Yes,
think so.
39 before deal.
Okay, before DLC.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so 40 right now with the Minecraft one, which is
Yes.
out. Yes. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid number.
Pretty solid. Yeah. Any other types of modes? Like maybe a battle mode or something? Would that interest you?
I was
That'd be
I was
nice.
gonna think about. I was gonna suggest like a possibly a battle mode. How that would look, I don't know.
Aren't there kind of soft variations on that in the race park? Like, we played something that wasn't quite battle mode, but it had like battle mode like items, didn't it, last night? Was that the one where it was like all? No, that's the one where it was all punch club.
It's a race though. It's still a race.
Yeah,
yeah.
like
so
I get what you mean, like a proper battle arena.
a proper
thing.
battle. Yeah, exactly. Like whatever you want to call it. Like maybe something like they did with the Monkey Ball game, the last Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble had like those specific modes.
Yeah, I could definitely see those kinds of games there. Yeah. Do you think that they could benefit from just having like a classic mode so much that that's something that they should be adding?
I agree with Viper a little bit because not now at least. I think
I think
as
it has
like
to be
final DLC or something like that, as like a reward for playing the game throughout like these 2-3 years. I don't know, whatever time they're supporting this game. Okay, so now you can have a classic mode and play like 3 laps on the same course. Could be.
What about choose your own adventure kind of mode where you can pick exactly what the first, second, and third lap would be?
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yes, that would be awesome. Yes,
that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It's nice that you can not just as you progress. One of the things you unlock, spoilers, but I don't care, is the second lap can not only be those 15 CrossWorlds, but can only be from other like main courses, right? So
really wish that was on in online mode. That would be so nice.
It is.
Not in the worldwide lobbies.
It is. Haven't I played?
I don't think so.
I played something. I played like
maybe then.
What's the water palace, the ocean palace stage?
It's just water palace. Oh, it is. Okay, I just
the one that's from
Ocean
View. Ocean View. Yes.
It can only appear in random. It can't appear as one of the main tracks. I wish it could appear as a main track.
That's it. Yeah. You always have 2 choices. The random one can lead you to one of the main courses.
Yeah,
in the
I
game.
wish that could be a normal one because the amount of times people just see the picture and go, "I'll go there," rather than But therefore, the random very rarely gets picked, and then it's got to go through the pool of all the other tracks as well, like the 40 tracks that we just said. So that would be nice as a quality of life thing.
Maybe they think that the CrossWorlds ones are too short or something. Otherwise, I don't understand why they just don't let you pick them, and then in the second lap you go to like whichever one of them you go to.
Some of them are very short, having time trialed them. Some of them are like 30-second laps at most.
So maybe it is that then.
1 minute.
They are too short to be their
maybe
own.
adjust them.
But not all of them are. I think some of them are pretty long.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe just like extend them a little bit to make them like proper.
Alaska is like a good minute or two. Not 2 minutes, but it's like a minute plus, for example. So some of them would work as tracks. So I don't think it's a half bad idea. I would like it, but I don't know whether that's their reason for not doing it, I guess.
Okay. Twinny is also saying, don't forget a subset of Sonic fans clamoring for certain IDW debut characters in
that's true
given references in the game.
If they did that, I really hope they would do a separate Sonic list from the Sega list. Like, hey, we're doing 5 Sonic characters on top of the 10 Sega characters.
Oh yes, and
I wish they wouldn't dilute those 2 pools.
That I agree with. It would be
nice because, like, if 13 Sega characters and like 6 of them are Sonic, like,
no, please don't do that.
I'm rioting, you know.
Yeah,
but like, if there's a separate Sonic list, like, oh, cool, that's really nice.
Yeah, just like if you look at the season pass Sonic Prime Racers, okay, season pass Sonic IDW or something like that could be
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess that's it. We've touched on, I think, the most important parts of this game. All in all, great game. Go play it. I guess that's what we're saying here. We should have led with that so people could leave and go play the game. But hopefully people stayed until the end. And try to play it online and try with friends. Hopefully
Right.
the friend part will be patched soon. We'll get a better online experience because yesterday it went really well until it didn't.
So it
Did
did.
And it really all came falling down, and like it was really, really bad at the end. We couldn't connect at all at the end. So hopefully that gets fixed, as well as the ticket system. Do something about it, Sega. Do it. Do it. Okay, any last? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed when I found out that the new characters are not going to be voiced because
Oh, that too.
Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
loved to see what, for example, Shadow would have to say to SpongeBob SquarePants. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
But
I was
alas.
playing today one of these like rival Grand Prix. I don't know who it was against. But like one of those aggressive characters against
showed, like,
Steve.
Yeah, you showed Steve versus Sage, and I was like, that would be an incredible matchup.
Maybe, and then
What
like
do these characters have in common?
something
Nothing.
something aggressive, and then nothing. Like Steve doesn't say. They don't even show him. So yeah, nothing. Not even like subtitles. No, nothing. So yeah, it's a shame, but that's part of the fun in the game. Like the little banter between characters, even if as you attack them or you get attacked by them, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Think of all the costs, says Jamie. Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
indeed.
Of course.
I feel like
licensing. Sorry, there's so
feel
many
like-
complications, but we
Yeah.
can wish.
Yeah. It was just like wishful thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And I feel like in those cases, if you're not going to do it for some, it could be an argument to not do it for anyone, because if there is for some characters, it so much highlights a lot more that it's not for other characters. And so like maybe I wouldn't
not as
even
bad.
notice
sorry.
or think about the interaction at all if there wasn't any.
Mhm. Yeah,
that would,
that's true.
I mean, if you want to get down the cost, then that would definitely be a thing to do, and maybe lift up the the missing of the other interactions if you don't have any of them.
Just don't play rival races. That's it. Yeah, just screw rivals. Who cares about them?
But even then, I think like the rival stuff's fine. Like I can get not wanting to voice that. There's so many complications with like SpongeBob wouldn't say that like someone in Nickelodeon says.
Yeah.
Like even they don't even have voice lines for like boosting. Like that's easy. Like just recycle a clip from the show. That's the bit
Yeah.
that I find more jarring than
Indeed.
them not having rival interactions.
Yeah,
is them
that's
not,
a very good
is
point.
them not
Like,
having basic interactions.
Yeah, like the whole Sonic Transformed, like they rehashed like recordings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
From
Which
like,
they didn't want to do this time. I get that, but like
Yes.
surely the DLC characters.
yeah, but
could
like
make an
I'm just saying
exception to let
it
SpongeBob
worked.
voice.
It worked doing it that way.
Yeah.
And
Laziness.
so they could do that for those things as well.
They are lazy. This is clearly a bad game. That's what we're saying. So don't buy it. Hopefully you watched until the end when we're giving you our real thoughts on this game, right? So until we talked about like voiced characters and like unvoiced characters, now we're talking about like our real feelings about this. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
I mean, it could be just. I mean, how many times do you not let the actor just come up with something? And if you have the voice actor of SpongeBob, then that voice actor is going to know exactly what SpongeBob
No, but
would
just
say in
let's like
specific
use random clips
situations.
from the show. Don't
As well. Like,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
say
if you
that.
go with that
Yeah.
solution, but
Yeah.
I'm not just saying if you go with
Like,
the other
Lime
solution
kind of
to
said it just
record
then a little
things,
bit.
then
Sorry.
it wouldn't be a problem to we can't write we can do this because we don't know what SpongeBob would say. The actor would know what SpongeBob would say. Like you could go
Yeah,
that
but
route as
still,
well.
still, this usually has to go to the higher ups. There is usually people who have to vet all of that before it can get recorded. Yeah. They should
Yeah,
at
it's
least.
fine.
Okay.
Real issue.
Okay. Other than that, great game. So I hope people have fun playing this game. We'll probably do some multiplayer sessions. We'll probably wait until the online gets patched at some point, and then we'll do some more multiplayer sessions with like the Sega characters and stuff. Well, I really had fun yesterday, and I'm having a lot of fun with the game. So I do hope we can play this for years to come, like we did Transformed. Like, still a great game to this day. Jamie says, I blame Lime for the issues. Yeah. Does Miku have voice clips? Purvis asks.
Sat here just not bothering Jamie at all.
Gotta blame someone.
Weird because Krypton are usually really strict about stuff like that, which is allegedly the reason she didn't appear in Transformed. So, but then she's the only one who has the special treatment.
Money.
There are a lot of greased palms, I'll assure you.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for joining me for this sort of review of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, but most definitely not. Where can people find you, Viper, online?
You can find me at the Green Viper 8 on most places. I'm at thegreenviper8.lol on Blue Sky. It was like £1 or something for the domain, so I took it. Aside from that, I am once again the Green Viper 8 on Twitch, or you can find me on RadioSEGA, which you're either listening live on, or we've established is radiose.ga/Discord. You can listen to me Fridays at 7 PM UK time on Pick and Mix.
Excellent. Good job. Good job. Lime Reversed.
Yes, that is the handle that you could use and find me on Blue Sky and Twitch. I'm streaming a lot of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds right now. So if you want to join me on the journey of leveling up on the world rank, then stop by and say hi in chat.
Who knows? We might play together as well. Who knows? Soon.
Me?
All of us.
Never.
Yes, never.
That would never happen. With you?
I think not.
Of course, I will look forward to playing with y'all again.
As for myself, you're in the right place if you're watching or listening to this. The Sega Lounge, every week, new episodes. So do join me next week for more. We have actually, I usually don't do this because we record out of order, but since we're doing it live, I can actually share some of the plans. So, for example, future episodes, there will be a 2 Point Museum episode at some point. There will be a Blue Stinger episode at some point. Ooh. It's a spoopy game.
Yes.
It's not because of that, but it actually just lined up perfectly for that. But it's not that spooky. It is a little bit, but not that much. There might be a Sonic Rush episode. Like not that soon, but like soon-ish. So if you're into that kind of content, keep on watching our shows or listening to our shows. And remember, every Thursday we premiere on RadioSEGA. So that's also another option if you want to actually get early access to the shows in audio form. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. on 8 p.m. UK time on RadioSEGA. Thank you very much for listening/watching. Thank you to people on the Discord, on Twitch, YouTube, and we'll close out with this. LOL is a solid domain. Respect, says Gum. Yes.
Thank you, Gum.
It is. It is. Thank you very much for watching. Go play Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and we'll be back next week. Bye-bye.